Alrighty, Orb, episode 7, like, subscribe, Patreon, etc. Let's go.
今日も気が重いですな。怒鳴られるよ。おい、君はさん、ヨレンタ君。はい。
Yolenta.
もちろん分かってます。
So it's my theory that this is Novak's daughter.
She wants to learn, and she's not allowed because she's a woman.
なんだ。今からでも絶対やめた方がいいのに。手袋は汚れないように。今日はついてない気がする。今日こそバレる気がする。
Why is she jumping down a well? She jumped down the well, the OP.
Yeah. Ow! Maybe she can. Oh, maybe she can hear what they're saying from down there.
ついてない。もうそろそろ神様を見放す。間に合った。
挨拶などいい。つまらん論文のせいで私の寿命を無駄にした。すみません。さて、キャスター博も来られたので本題に。
中東異教徒による古代ギリシア天文学の修正。絶対聞けないやつだ。神様、私ついてます。
何度でも。
今日も苛烈だったね。
お疲れ様です。
お。
I've been here the whole time.
全く羨ましいよ。君はこの時
いつもお願いしてる通り、私も研究会に参加させてください。
それはダメだ。まだ君がこの仕事に向いてるか。
Yet.
何とは言わんが、君は我々とは明らかに違うからね。
おお、ヨレンタ君、ここにいたか。
コルベさん、
や、
お疲れ様です。
コルベさん、お宅も大変ですね。まさかヨレンタ君が。
Assistant with what?
全くです。助手が優秀すぎるのも扱いに困りますね。
I think they're instructors or their
私は
teachers,
何度で
maybe.
も言うよ。これから先の人生で君のする輩と出会うかも。そしてその度心が折れそうになるかもしれない。だけど君は自分のやってることを知り、いざって時引いたら終わりだ。私も可能な限り支援するよ。
はい。
A great guy.
というわけで執筆中の論文はどうだい？
完成しました。
おお。
Hope there's no heresy in that. Hope there's no heresy in that. Heresy that you learned by eavesdropping.
全てを出したつもりで。
面白い。よくできてるよ。まだ若いのにすごいな。
Okay, I'm sorry. I just need to say, I like that this guy is like taking an interest in her and stuff, but given that there's already some feminist kind of discussion going on here, I am afraid that he is not the nice, kindly, older brother figure who is pure and good and is maybe
He's
has
gonna be evil.
he
He's
might
gonna have bad intentions.
Yeah.
Either he's gonna have bad intentions or he's gonna get fucking killed off.
Or both. Because he's like, oh, your writing is so good, and people look down on you,
Oh,
but
he's just
I'm
like-
he might be grooming her, basically. Like, I'm afraid they're gonna go that direction. Well, I'm not afraid that the show's gonna go that direction. Like, it
You're
won't be
afraid
bad.
for her.
I'm afraid for her.
That they're gonna go
this
that
pure young girl who just wants to learn. It might be, she might have, because we see the side of it where she's excluded, and then there's maybe the side of it where she's taken advantage of, like she wants to be in the middle. She wants to be like treated respectfully, but she's either rejected because she's a girl or given a little bit too much of the wrong attention, perhaps, maybe. I just hope that for her sake that that's not going that direction.
よくできてるよ。すごいな。
本当ですか？
よし、決めた。これは私の方からピャスト博に。
ピャスト博に？
ああ。ちょっとその間君は休暇だ。そう。
Or is he just gonna steal it?
この機に
say that it's his.
実
Is it your
家
family?
なぜですか？
これが評価されたら図書館から晴れて天文
Uh-oh.
忙しくなるぞ。帰省した方がいい。
は
She's gonna go home and she's gonna meet up with the boys.
She's gonna go home and she's gonna come back and he's gonna take credit for her for sure.
2、軌道は深淵である。3、惑星は一定の速度で運行。それがこの書物の主張であり、独創的な発想である。真理ですか？いや、限界だ。まずこのような人物だ。もはや先の3つの発想でやれることは達成している。それなら。だがそれでも率直に言って、とても発表できる完成度には達しているかを見落としてるんだ。
Persuasion?
このままでは反論の余地はかなりある。
Yeah.
それに全体的に言葉選びの資料深さに比べてこう。
Desperation, maybe?
ほどの純粋さを感じる。
Oh,
不思
like.
議な著者だ。
As if it was written by a
この仕事を引き継
child.
げるのは慎重な知性と時に大胆な度胸を併せ持った完璧な英傑だけだろう。
I wonder who that could be.
どこにいるというわけで正式に引き受けよう。引き受ける君はそれを頼みに来たんじゃなかったか？
I honestly don't even know why I came to you. He's just.
Sure.
まあいい。3つ決まりを交わしたい。
I like how he's like, I'll accept. Now you must accept my conditions.
Yeah.
では今後のことで3つ決まりを交わしたい。1つ目、方針は作らない。死ぬまでに私が証明できなかったら、私の関わった書物すべてを燃やす。
It's not how this works, bro.
That's not how this works.
あくまで私がこれを完成発表することだ。踏み台にされるのはごめんだからな。
Well,
Well-
sorry, but that's what being human kind of
2
is.
つ目、特使としてこの研究に参加してくれ。その代わり、食事と寝床はうちの教会から提供しよう。本当ですか？ありがとうございます。
Pretty good deal.
で、最後。すべてが守備よく運んで利益がし。
We will not give
分け前は
10%.
9対1だ。私が9。
まあ、それはダメです。受け取れるのは9割までです。
何？
確か。
He's gonna be like, I don't
こ
give
の
a
手
fuck
紙に
about that.
利益の1割を
She's gonna burn that.
利益が生じた場合、一月に1割渡すこと。共同研究者だ。
我々は9割を
Wow.
What a cunt. What a cunt.
これでもう書いてない。
I mean, listen, if he does it and it stops more people from suffering, I do it. Sure, whatever. Go off.
Damn.
あ？なぜ？もうこの世から消えたぞ。
でも、俺がまだ覚えちゃってるというか、あの手紙を残した人は箱を開けて読む人のことを信じてああ書いた気がするんです。ここにいない人の思いを無視したら何かが決定的に失われる気がして。
Very
何か
wise.
ってなんだ？
歴史というか。
あ？聖書以外の歴史など私は
He's such an interesting character.
君の1割を譲ればいい。
あ、はい。最後に聖職者としてあれに触れた今の我々は地獄の入り口に立ったと思いますか？
ああ、入り口には立ってる。だが、展開
He's such a cool, interesting
Yeah.
character. Like he has a lot to dig into there.
いただきました。
Novak?
出張で忙しいですもんね。
まあな。お前もう少ししたらまた職場に。
はい。仕事があるので。
その仕事だが、なんか悩みが。
He doesn't have blood on his sleeves anymore. What's that about?
正直、周りとの差は感じます。
Or is he changed his clothes because his daughter's there, maybe?
それ以前です。させてくれません。やってることといえ雑用ばかりで。私も天文部社で働きたいのに。
しかし、今の仕事でも十分じゃないか。大したものだよ。
でも、私も他の方と同じ試験を合格してなのに、他の方と扱いが違うのは。
しょうがないことさ。14歳だ。それに、あそこで働くただ一人の女だ。もうお前は優秀ときた。これがどれほど周囲を煽るかわかるか。
でも、それと学術研究とは無関。
He's just thinking of all the fingernails and eyeballs he's plucked out so that she could get there.
職場ですべきことは一つだ。何もするな。目立つな。目指すな。
He's seen what happens when people try to do shit like that. He wants her to live a quiet, normal life. Why aren't they showing his face? Is there something up with him? Is he like sick?
私の心は学者です。だから私が神と真理の対才能も発展も人生も引いたら終わりだ。
わかった。お前ももう立派に自立してるもんな。真似をし
Why
た
do
よ
they keep him so secret?
Yeah, what's going on here? He's just very soft spoken. Like
お父様、
maybe we only see him when he's
ありがとうございます。
Because it's got to be him. It's the same voice.
no, it
right?
is.
Yeah.
No, are you really doubting if it's
I know.
him?
No, I know it's him, but they're just keeping him so secret.
I think what it is if you listen to the voice acting, it's like he's speaking way more softly, and his expressions, like with his hands and stuff, are way more relaxed, and he is like, it seems like the show isn't showing us his face because we see him as the like heartless inquisitor, and so you know what I mean? They're playing with that kind of
Portraying
thing.
him in,
It's
like
like
a different way.
or like when we see him, he's an object of fear. So and tension. But we're seeing him in this moment, but we can't really see him because the person that we know is different than the person that she knows and the person that she sees and interacts with, I think, is what's kind of going on there, maybe. Yeah, which is, I think, is really interesting because he's thinking of, well, he's probably thinking of Raffle and the type of things that he was saying, and now she's saying the same things. And he doesn't like torturing children. He doesn't like hurting children, obviously because he's a father, and he has done all of this so that she can have an education and so she can work, and now she wants to do something with it, but he's not realizing that like she is a part of that inevitability, or he's maybe coming to realize that she is a part of that inevitability that Raffle was talking about, that the truth is your enemy, and the truth is going to come out whether you like it or not. Because people keep striving for it. Now he's seeing that same ambition in his daughter after, making so many sacrifices and sacrificing his own heart, basically, in order to give her an opportunity. But now she's trying to do something with it, and it's kind of
it's like he wants her to follow her dreams, but he also has seen what happens when people just get too dedicated to the type of, specifically within the type of work that she wants to do, is like a super dangerous field for extremely smart and inquisitive people who are, and especially for her, it's like she's already pushing the boundaries of, first of all, being a child, second of all, being a woman, trying to exceed within this academic field. So she's already pushing a boundary. It's like, if she's already pushing the boundary and like not staying in her own lane, if she surpasses and gets in the room, is like, she's probably going to want to go farther than that because she's already, going beyond.
Glass ceiling, etc., etc.
お父様、
応援するよ。
ありがとうございます。
ください。ください。ください。ください。ください。
何してる？行くぞ。
はい。
施しなど無意味だ。聞えれば天国に行けるなんて私は信じない。
He is the most cynical priest.
Wow. Damn.
He does not give a fuck.
彼らとは真逆の持てるものとの接触だ。あの箱の中の記録だけでは、あの箱の中の血、もっと多くの記録を持つ者に会わなければ。
ステマ。
いや、ない。だからあっちから出向いてもらう。
How's that?
Absolute faith in himself.
これだ。
Oh, he's gonna. That's dangerous.
出題者にな腕を競ってるんだ。
That's dangerous as shit.
難問を求めてる。
あ、これって。
Oh, math problems. Like it's disguised as like a common problem.
天体の記憶と優れた知性がないと解けない。そして
But it's the problem you can only solve if you're thinking about all this shit.
あとは対向車が出るまでひたすら
But what if they're poor?
そこは運だ。夕方に落ち合おう。
Or a woman.
Even worse.
But she has access to all the libraries and shit and everything.
Secret information. What the heretics in other countries are doing.
論文が評価されたら天文台問題。
おお、戻ってたかい。
Is it gonna be rejected?
や、
No, I'm moving to the observatory.
いや、それがね、なんとピャスト博が褒めてくださった陰線で興味深いと。新たな才能の誕生だ。
And
ありがとうございます。
oh
いやいや、礼には及ばない。
Don't thank me, I stole it.
名義は私で出してるし。
yeah,
けど君の実力。
shithead.
でもいつも助けてもらう。
ん
He's an asshole.
どころは私の名前に変えたけど、君の論文なんだから誇りに思ってよ。
私の論文、コルベさんの名前で出したんです。
そりゃ当然。
なんで？
いや、それはだって女性の論文なんて誰が読むの？え？まさか自分の名前が通ると思ったの？あ、じゃあ意識が
Fucking gaslighting. As ever he told her.
内容に不適切な箇所でもあったら違う。
Well, that's the thing. Okay, that's the thing is I don't know whether he's whether he's being like a gaslighter or whether he is genuinely like this is genuinely he's being 100% genuine and he really thinks like, oh, this is like all you could hope for.
Yeah.
Like this is what we live in. I thought that you understood that. Like I thought we had an understanding. I thought it went without saying that I was going to submit in my own name. Like
Yeah.
genuinely. Like I think that's
But
good
he
because I
did say
don't know.
like you could be moving to the observatory once they see like how good
That's
you are.
true. Yeah,
If
yeah,
he
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
say that, then I would be like,
Yeah, no, I-
But like you know, I do see also the like he's being an asshole, but I don't think that he's necessarily wrong with his points that like.
But he's taking advantage
yeah,
of it, yeah.
Yeah.
危険すぎる。内容に不適切な箇所でもあったら一打女扱いされて最悪に異端として殺されるよ。安心して。そんなこと、私は絶対に今才能がある。だから君が書いて私が発表する。それで私が評価され完全に天文台へ引き抜けるかもしれない。
Right.
私なら君を正しい方へ導ける動き方を教えられる。
でも世界に私の名前は。
もう諦めて。この世はそういうもんだから。
Please don't punch him.
名前がわからなくても自分の書いたものを発表できるだけマシだろ。変に目立って目をつけられたら最後。君の人生って軽く終わるよ。また書けたら持ってきてね。それでは。
待って。
ピャスト様。
Did you hear all that?
本日はお日柄もよく。
おい。この前の論文を君が書いたと言ったか？
あ、それはですね。
自分で答えろ。どうなんだ？
これは
Answer. Answer. You have an This is your chance.
She's gonna lie.
No. No.
Fucking guy.
でもいざって時聞いたら
No, this is her time. She's not gonna back down.
君軽く終わるよ。
She doesn't give a shit. She jumps down wells. She doesn't give a fuck.
論文なんて誰が読むの？
Say it. Who cares? Who gives a I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
そう。
Ah. No.
賢いよ。
Fuck's sake. I mean, she might have got killed for it, but
Who cares? She probably wouldn't have. Who gives a fuck? I don't think she cares.
言葉は全部嘘だったんだ。
That was your chance, woman.
悪い人だった。
yeah. Oh no! But now she's gonna find the thing, and she's gonna do this instead.
And then she's gonna die.
もしそうであってくれたらどれだけ良かったか。けど違うんだ。本当に私をかばったんだ。
And he's looking out for himself too.
最小の景色なんだ。これが私の。いや、冷静に考えるんだ。研究が安全に。そもそも名前なんて本質じゃない。世界がこうならうまい動き方が重要だ。次だ。次は何を書こう。次はなんでなく。そんな必要ない。ないか。泣いたらまるで問題があるみたいじゃないか。とにかく次だ。今私にできることはそれしかない。
Now she's gonna see this. Get locked in.
What's Novak gonna do? What's Novak gonna do when he finds out his daughter is working with the heretics that fucking ran away?
Well, you better not find out.
Oh, is it just straight up? It's kind of bold just posting the full-on problem. I didn't think that they were... I thought they were disguising the problem as something else, but... It's just theoretical astronomy.
You wouldn't be able to do this. So I'm gonna catch her.
平然と今あんまり良くないことしてない。いやしてるから普通に考え。いやでもこれで新しい論文を書けるかもで。
He said he wanted one.
コルベさんの評価につながるかもだし。いいところ見られたらそれこそ終わるというか、コルベさんからすら見放されるというか。やっぱり悪いことだ。これは良くない。やめよう。でも悪いとかどうでもいいからあれの答えが気になる。だから考えよ
う。問題貼り終わりました。まあ。
See her put it back.
さんの問題の前に人がいます。そして回答者。
What if she puts it in Kobe's name? Or is she gonna put it in her name? Or just not in anyone's name?
Oh, fake name. But if someone were to see you. They look so
They
scary.
look terrifying. Holy shit. This is something else. Whoa. I don't know if I've ever felt so, like, cut down as that moment.
I love how they like hype it up with like the pictures of the you know, like the stars and like the sky like kind of like on her face, so like it seems like she's gonna have like this is her moment, like she's getting so hyped up, and then she just lies and says that it wasn't her, even though this guy, even though she was literally caught in 4K admitting that it was her, and the other guy was also said that it was her right in front of this guy, and he's like, just repeat what I already know to be the truth. And then she lies and he's like, all right. You know, like, and it might have gone bad, but it might have gone good. But I mean, I guess that's what's maybe going to be kind of interesting about her character, as opposed to like, you know, we obviously, Raffle being like 100% locked into his convictions and willing to die. And not even like her, you know, they could execute her or whatever, but we know that like on a first offense,
Raffle wasn't 100% locked into his convictions. That was the whole point of his character.
In his final moment is like he was flip-flopping, but in the moment that he had to decide, moment, he locked in and was like, I'm willing to die for this.
So yeah, so what?
And but I think it's interesting, you know, that she she chose not to, but now is getting involved with something that is way more dangerous than just saying that you wrote a paper.
Yeah.
You know, proving that the planets are moving in a different way than the church is telling everyone is so much more dangerous, but it's like her hunger for knowledge is not going to let her
What
was
their plan? Like, they posted heresy as a question. Like, hey, want to be a heretic? Answer these questions 3 if you want to be a heretic. If you answer them right, you're a heretic. And then post your replies with your name and number on the fucking board. And then they do it, and like, how are they, like, even if it's theoretical, the idea, like, everything's theoretical. It doesn't matter if it's theoretical. It's heresy.
Maybe it was not quite, like, maybe it was, maybe, I'm sure they did it in a way that was, like...
It wasn't the full problem, I guess, but maybe I don't know.
And you needed records of, like, what was already happening to be able to complete it. So they probably made up something that would lend itself to someone who would be...
Have access to stuff. Right.
Of what people already believe.
But if the wrong person... My point... I understand. My point is... Like, it's risky, and especially to go up to somebody who is posting the reply. It could have been a trap from, you know, somebody who knows who Badeni is all I was saying. But, you know, I think that, you know, it's a little more nuanced than that, and we don't know exactly what the exact thing was, but she was looking at records of Jupiter. She was looking at records of all this other stuff, so, yeah, I get it. I'm not saying I'm confused. But, yeah, like, this whole thing, like, it's just so fucking unfair, and, like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it was, just that part of it just really got to me, and because they were really building it up, like, you know, she was gonna get her moment with, like, the old master and learn and go have a training arc where she learned education, or so, like, she was gonna, like, have a big training arc with, like, the principal, and he was gonna, like, be her master or something, and then she was gonna, like, become the new fucking head of astronomy, or like, you know, they were saying it's like, oh, this is my moment, and, like, she had it served on her on a platter, and it was like a fully, like, the exact time for the guy to get his comeuppance and, like, get proven wrong, and it just she just gave in, and it's just because she can't. She, like, the world, everyone around her, all of her influences are pointing to, you can't do it. And it's just something about, or you can't do it alone. Something about you can't do it alone. Whether it's because she's a woman, like, I think that there's the clear feminist angle that they're using to describe this feeling. And, like, to portray this. But what I like about what they do here is they don't portray it just for the sake of feminism. It's the aspect of her being a woman and her being boxed out, and, like, you know, it's not just about her being prevented from doing things because she's a woman. That's a platform to get into the feeling that you can't do this alone. You like, that everyone tells you, like, give up on your dreams. And, you know, not only that, but, like, you like, whatever, you don't have what it takes. Like, with Bodini going past the homeless people, it's like, this is just what God dictated. They just dictated their lot in life. Mm-hmm. And, you know, charity's meaningless, and, you know, we should not pay them any mind, and we should just live for ourselves. Like, he's the exact opposite of all of this, but he's also, in a roundabout way, kind of perpetuating the system, or the circumstances that lead to people like Yoletta being sort of boxed out. You know, like, she can't do anything. She has no opportunities just because she's a woman. Therefore, she can't. She just because she's ordained by God, like, to not be able to do anything. Therefore, she shouldn't even try, or she should just settle for living in this other person's shadow, and she's just shackled to them. Mm-hmm. And that's the only way that she can achieve greatness. Like, it's a fucking terrible way to live, and it's, you know, to have to accept that is just soul crushing. It's soul crushing to, like, and I think that that's the main point. I think that's what a lot of feminist media, when they deal with things like this, try to, like, end up articulating, but it's usually more about the social commentary of being a woman in a man's world, and it's more about like shining a light on that kind of a thing. But I think using that context of femininity or being a woman in a man's world as a way to articulate the feeling that gives you is far more powerful. And I think that's where I think this like purely articulates how to do like a feminist narrative well. It's that it's not just about reflecting social realities in a like breast cancer awareness type way. It's more about, I think it's more effective to make the audience feel what it feels like to not have a choice. Like that's what it is. And a lot of things do that well. Not just this, but I think that it just in that crystallized moment of everybody telling her she can't do it. And then when the time comes for her to, and she still has the conviction, but she just keeps getting beaten down. She keeps getting told she can't. And then eventually she just believes it in the moment where she could have maybe taken a risk. Maybe she would have been burned for being a witch. But as we learned with Raffle, maybe that's not, maybe there's a fate worse than death. And that's submitting to forces that are beyond your control. That's what we admire about Badeni. I guess that he doesn't do that.
But I think also here the difference, and part of the reason why she isn't willing to take that risk and can't take that risk in the moment is because Raffle had work that he put out there, and part of him dying was to preserve that work so that it could be further passed on. She hasn't done anything yet. She wrote like a really good paper, but she hasn't like made a discovery, or she doesn't have that thing. She wants people to remember her name or remember what she did, so it's like if she, maybe there's gonna come another moment where they're gonna catch her after she like does work, but she's okay, with taking the hit, but it's because history is gonna remember her, and and it's for something. It's I feel like she still feels like there's she hasn't done anything. There's something that she wants to do.
Yeah.
I'm also interested to see how her and Bodney are gonna get along, because like he's all like, "This is me. If I'm not the guy that proves this, you need to fucking burn all of this shit, because if I can't have it, no one can." And luckily he's working with someone currently who like is, all right, I'll be your assistant, I guess. I still want to honor like the previous guy's thing, because like that it was all part of it, but it's going to be interesting to see how she's going to fit into this trio.
Yeah, how is
as
that gonna
someone
work?
who also wants her name on it, like.
Well, I don't like. That's what I'm thinking is that won't help their case at all. Like, if it won't help it, I think like Kobe is a piece of shit, and he was taking advantage of her for sure. But yeah, women are burned for being witches for doing shit like this. And it's an unfortunate truth of academia, especially at the time, that they don't respect the opinions of women. That's why they're always the assistants when they actually did all the work on the fucking shit.
I think
what my point is, like, there's no way that Bodeni is gonna put all this work into all this heretical research, and then put her name as the second contributor, because that will just undermine the validity of it. And he was just talking about bold convictions and like persuasion and stuff like that. Like what he sees and what's written down is like a lot of Raffles stuff, a lot of his notes and things, and a lot of Oczy, who was they were both very like, especially Oczy, like even more than Raffle, was a very like childlike and like filled with wonderment at all of this. And this like naivety, like you said, is like reflected in it. This childlike nature to it. It's not as persuasive. It's not as strong. It's a lot of facts, but written from the perspective of somebody who's like bewildered, rather than from someone who is trying to convince other people that this is a correct way to do things. And Bodeni is very persuasive, as we saw when he's like lashing himself extra times to get some fucking airtime. Like that's the kind of person that he is. So and he's very pragmatic and very cynical. So I don't think that someone like him will have an easy time putting her name on the shit. Even if, like, so then what? Like, is he just gonna say, no, I'll find someone else? but there's no one else. Yeah, I don't know. That's gonna be interesting to see how that works. So what I wanted to say with that was, it's interesting to see. It's gonna be interesting to see how it works. I doubt that he will put her name on it. So what's gonna happen to her story in that case? Like, I doubt the final thing is gonna be her name written down. I think it's gonna be part of the tragedy that she has to be like a contributor. She can't be somebody who is on the docket. But maybe that's okay as long as she can actually do something, and that's what really matters. It's not about having your name on stuff, perhaps. It's going to be... So, like, she wants to be recognized for her efforts, but doing the effort will make it such that she will not be recognized. And I think that maybe that's something that her and Badeni will have to come to grips with. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how that's going to kind of add to the dynamic. I loved like the final shot where she like looks and they just look so terrifying.
Yeah,
like,
a mercenary who's like huge, and then the other guy scarred and like
eye patch, and he's like from the church, which is like, you know what I mean? Like it's just so scary.
Yeah.
I did also like in terms of like when she was like getting scared, how part of it was like the witchcraft angle, because it's like with all the like men scholars, they have like a chance to be a heretic one time. As if they recant it, then it's like, okay, no bro, you're chill, don't worry about it. But if you get accused of being a witch, you don't get to repent from being a witch.
Yeah.
That's like that's a one and done. You can be a heretic one time and like bounce back from it.
Maybe twice.
But if you're a witch one time, it's game over. So I do think I did kind of like the inclusion of that, because it is an added thing of like, you know, maybe you're a heretic, but maybe you're a witch. And if you were a man and a heretic, you know, it was your first offense, you're chilling. But you know, that's not always the case. So it did raise the stakes a little bit for her to know that there like wouldn't be like a repentance chance at that as well.
Leave a like and subscribe to on the next one. Orb, episode 8. Let's go.
それ問題なんですが、たった半日であなたが解いたんですか？
いえいえ、じゃありません。ほらここ男性名。
Very legit.
私はただの図書館の雑用係というか、職場の主人様に頼まれただけ。
なるほど。これは失礼。では、そのご指定いただけますか？
No.
ちょっと今会えないというか、留守にしてて。
当分ってどのくらい？
Forever. But I can telepathically speak with him. So just talk to me, but you'll be actually talking to him.
したいのですが、ここでは失礼ですが、そちらへ伺いでしょうか。
Asks the creepy scarred man in an eye patch to the 14-year-old girl.
Is that the...
Oh, that's the old guy?
That's the principal dude, and he's got one of these fucking shits. So that's why he was maybe interested. I have a feeling we haven't seen the last of his involvement with all this stuff. I meant to say that last time.
そういえば俺は
Yolenta.
こちらのバデーニさんの
雑用係です。私はバデーニ。当院から今は村の副助祭をしています。
集合修道院？
ええ、
初めて会いました。失礼ですが、普遍論争で立場を。
ユイメイロンです。アベラールを支持します。
私の主人様も有名で支持してます。
オッカムは少々過激では。
でも真理の探求にはある種の大胆さは。
They're very similar.
勇敢ですね。大変素晴らしい。
素晴らしい。
あの掲示板の問題もそういう姿勢で。
様がそうおっしゃってました。
Seems legit.
She just made that mistake like 5 times in one.
Oh.
幸運な人物。
こんな賢そうなメイドさんをやって
He's like, are you fucking joking right now?
彼女が書いた。
そうなんですか。
Which means she has a reason to keep secret as well.
問題を半日で解いたんだ。それに何よりいいの。
She can never betray us.
しても密告される可能性は低い。
Yeah.
なぜですか。
女性
密告したら自分自身も魔女扱いされる可能性が非常に高い。それは交通のだ。
He's like, this is the perfect
それが
thing.
現実だ。 食べたら都合がいいだけだ。本当に話すかは慎重に見極めよう。
I think she'd be on board.
それで伝言って
それにしても感服します。あんな短時間でご回答難問に精通していらっしゃる。
本当ですか？
もちろん。
Just pouring it
そ
on.
んなご主人のもと働くなんて、ヨレンタさんも天文に興味が？
まあ少々。
それは素晴らしい。
素晴らしい。
もう面白い。中でも
面白い。
なんていうかあれはぶっ飛んでる。
ええ、突拍子のないことを考えたものです。よく言うというか。
ちなみに異教徒のヘラクレイデスはご存知で？
はい。
おお、ではフィロラウスは？
仮説のですよね。
Ridiculous.
すごいな。博識でいらっしゃる。
Why is this creepy
彼
music?
のそのバカげ確か宇宙の中心には中心日なる謎の火があり、その火が見えない片側だけに進んでいて、さらにその火の周りを地球も太陽も動いてるとか。
こんな話してていいんですか？その信仰的に。
私は教会のものですよ。
I love that excuse. Don't worry. I'm from the church.
Pay no attention to my missing
nothing
eye.
that could be happening here could be bad in any way because I am from the church. I am the authority of the matter.
I'm the authority. Now look me in my one eye, my one blinding eye when I'm talking to you. But sir, I have been this whole time. Don't talk back to me. He's like staring off in the distance.
Who did that to you?
I know what I'm talking about.
The church, but don't worry about it.
Don't ask questions. Unbecoming of a woman.
ですよね。なら一安心です。確かにフィロラウスの説は少し笑ってしまいますよね。
まったくです。宇宙の形を変えて大地を動かそうなんてあまりに無謀ですよね。
ええ、貼り付けになってるのは神様が意図的にしたことですしね。現在を背負った我々の宿命というか。
ええ。ではアリスタルコスはご存知で？
いえ。
そうですか。挙げた仮説に似た考えを唱えたものです。だけど彼のは少し違った。フィロラウスのような主観的な思想ではなく、事実をもとに仮説を立てた。
この話は一体。
I have a bad feeling about this.
おや、地球儀とは珍しい。座っても？
ええ、どうぞ。
Throws it on the floor.
ああ、そのアリスタルコスも結局矛盾された。
よくわからなくなってきた。そろそろ本題に。
もうしてます。もし仮に彼らの言ってる馬鹿げたまってしまったら、
Oh, with the light coming in from the window.
大混乱でしょう。大の教えに反してる。広まったらでも崩れます。世界は今のままでいられなくなる。
今のままでいたいですか？
は？
もし仮に我ながらに罪だけじゃなく自由も持ってるとしたらどうします？もし仮に今下にじているもの、見ている現実、その多くが嘘だったらどうします？
そんなのありえない。常識的に。
ええ、常識のな。では馬鹿げた仮説の中なら、この世界は本当に動いてるとしたらどうだ？は？じゃあ神は宇宙に階級など作っていない。耐える根拠などない。
やめてください。
ええ、その通り。不適切です。我々は正しい方向になど目指すのはただ一つ。真理だ。
お引き取りください。
では回答者さんにお伝えを。掲示板前で待ってると。
She's gonna think about it too much. She's gonna be like, no, but then she's gonna think about it and be like, for fuck's sake, I have to go back.
ああ、大丈夫だ。
She's not gonna tell anyone.
顔を見ればわかる。
How can you can't even see her face, brother?
いや、研究者だからだ。
Yeah, she's gonna. It's just like Raffle. He's gonna agonize. She's gonna agonize and agonize over it.
恐ろしい。そんなこと
It's like a mind virus that like gets in you.
Yeah.
私も生きようとの考えに強制するのは罪の重みが違う。あ、コルベさんに報告しなきゃ。
Doubt it.
もしかしたら異端と関わったことで私まで魔女扱い
Don't trust
Sorry,
him.
too late.
でもそれでも言わなきゃ。こんなことお許しにならない。
But the guy was from the church
今研究会
that you're not allowed into.
Time to jump down the well. Oh, here we go. This show is hitting a little different for me.
大丈夫ですか？今日は本題に入る前に話すことがある。皆も承知していると思うが、だが私は天国へ行く前に何としてでも我々の宇宙論を完成させねばならん。今我々人類はプトレマイオスの宇宙を受け入れて今大した問題はない。だが大衆が納得しようと我々だけは真理をめてはならん。あれは真理とは思えない。イカロスというものがいる。ローの翼で太陽を目指し墜落したものだ。彼の誤りは太陽に挑んだ傲慢さでは父の警告を軽んじた無知にある。我々はローでダメなら鋼の翼を作り太陽という名の真理へ挑み続ける。足りていないのはその無謀さだ。真の宇宙を完成させるためイカロスにならねば。
This show is something else.
そこで何をしている？
Oh,
ピアスト様。いや、この姿は
getting some water out of this well.
君は確か研究職志望だ。
覚えていていただけたとは光栄です。
侮るな。私が金を払い雇っているのだ。なぜ参加しない？成果がないというなら解雇するぞ。
その主任参加を許可してもらえずに。
女だからか。差別されてるな。
Based old man.
あるいは妥当な判断か。女性が多いという論文を読んだことがある。それに聖書には学ぶべきで教えるべきではないと取れる箇所もある。だとしたら女性は
I see where he's going with this.
議論や研究発表は向いてない。
He's like, oh, there's clearly a lot of made up evidence that people have written down over a long time that says one thing or another.
本当に
That's the question.
聖書は真理
いえ、無理です。
だ。だが今の我々に見方ができているかはわからない。今後見せたい論文があったらコルベではなく私にな。退屈だったら許さん。
Is it supposed to be Mars?
Maybe, probably. Pretty big and kind of
Orange.
reddish orange.
本当に
So now she's got two avenues. She has like a heaven or hell. She has like the hard way and the easy way. The easy way is going with the pias, or the however you even say that. Is that how you say that? And the hard way is going the heretical way with badeni.
But it is interesting.
But they could maybe do it both ways.
Well,
they
yeah,
could work
because he
together and then
seems like
present it to him.
he's interested in like he's like, oh, this isn't quite right. Like our understanding of the universe
Our
is
model.
not our model of the universe is not quite the truth, and I'm about to die, and I'm interested in the truth.
Yeah, well, it's a difficult thing because he has nothing to lose, but she does. So what happens if, the church comes cracking down on him as he's about to die. They've done it to a bunch of people who were like learned scholars and like had a lot of pull. And then they get cancer or they get like some kind of terminal disease and they just start like streamlining, they're speed running like their thing and like just trying to blow things out of the water right before they die, and then they just get hammered down and maybe leave something for the next generation. But you know, she might get caught in the crossfire. I mean, he might be being a little bit reckless with her life, but we'll have to see that. But yeah, this show is it feels like it's exactly what I should be watching right now.
I really liked his speech about Icarus, of just like, it wasn't that he was like too crazy and flying close to the sun, it's that he wasn't bold enough, basically. It's like he tried to do it on the first attempt. He didn't build fucking steel wings.
But again, like if you interpret what he was saying about Icarus another way, it's like he was talking about the boldness of Icarus to fly, and I was thinking this while he was saying it, and it goes into what I was just saying about like how he has nothing to lose. It's like, if he was flying instead of Icarus, you know, and so you build steel wings, well, what, you get closer to the sun with your steel wings, say they can fly, then what happens? Well, then they would eventually melt too, because it's the fucking sun, first of all, or you'd get burned, and you'd burn up. Like, that's the idea of getting close to the sun. It's not that he flew too close to the sun, and then his ability to fly was destroyed, and then he drowned. It's a sacrifice. I think is maybe another way to look at it. Is he and it's an easy sacrifice to make when you're on death's door. Is like, of course you want to be bold. Of course you want to build wings of steel and you want to fly even closer. It's like, well, yeah, because you're dying. So whether you crash into the ocean, whether you have steel wings or wax wings, it doesn't matter because you're dying anyway. So, you know, good for you, but like all these other people are probably just going to turn him in because they have other ambitions. They are young and they don't want to get like, you know, they don't want to drown. They don't want their wings to burn up. They want to continue to fly as long as they can, even if it's just coasting, like Kolbe. I don't know if that makes sense or if I'm being a little bit too wordy with my weird fucking shit, but you know, I think there's something to look at there. And I don't think it's going to end well. It's going to end even more prematurely for the old man, maybe. But yeah, this show is great.
ご主人は何と？
主人はいません。
では、この回答は？
私のものです。
ヨレンタさん、我々に協力していただけますか？
はい。
Let's go.
ありがとうございます。
一つ申し訳ないのですが、私は天体の資料を自由に閲覧できる立場じゃない。閲覧して解きました。ただ、天文の研究所に席はあるので、協力者を紹介できるかもしれません。
おお、そういうことでした。誰を紹介していただけるんです？
キャスト博です。
Fuck no.
キャスト博？
まさかあなたが働いてキャスト博の施設ですか？
はい、
He just leaves.
この件はすべてなかったこと。
Why? Why? Is he related to him, maybe? It's too dangerous?
何を言ってるんだ。働いてるなら分かってるでに協力するわけない。
一体どういうことです？
Does he have his own theories that he's trying to prove and it's not actually about the truth for
天
him?
文でキャスしかいない。今の天動説を超える完璧な天動説の証明に捧げてる貴族だ。
Oh, he's biased. He's super biased.
He's trying to like get the perfect model, but it's the perfect geocentric model that he's looking for. He's not looking for a different option that is perfect. He's looking to make his own incorrect option
Correct.
perfect.
Yeah, but they're all biased.
バカ言うな。 キャスト博に頼むなど無謀すぎる。
大地を動かす無謀さに比べたら些細なことでは。確かに
He finally met his maker.
天動説を重んじてる。それよりも真理を重んじてる。
If he really does, then
では案内します。
That's all it took?
さすがに危ないんじゃ。
this whole thing is dangerous.
魔女に騙された。
He doesn't give a fuck.
私の知識を総動員すればをなすりつけられるだろ
That's so
う。む
fucked
し
up.
ろ好都合な提案かもしれん。
Well,
She must know that. Like that's like I would say that he's being an asshole, but she must know that. She's her face says that she's saying the same.
she's
thinking the
taking a
same
big
shit.
risk, but she, you know, it's high risk, high reward situation. If they can convince him to work with them, then they can prove it, you know? And if they can't, then they
Big
weren't going to
whoop.
have access to the stuff anyway.
君らか宇宙論について話があるというのは。
ええ。その前にまずキャスト博に大変光栄。
くだらん前置きはいい。
I don't have the time for flattery.
話せ。
我々は少し前からある研究アリスタルコスを引き継ぐものです。その研究を完成させるためお貸しいただきたい。それとこのオクジーはとてもいい目を持っている。もうその目で名を馳せた。もし以前よりも観測が不便ないください。
Just loaning
完璧
him
な
out.
精度の観測を保証し
帰れ。私が誰だか分かっているのか。認める宇宙と異なっている。それに手をかけた研究が間違いだと主張するものだぞ。
ええ。ですが真理かもしれません。
You want to know the
それを
truth.
求めて人生を捧げる。
帰れ。
では本日は失礼。
For today. Well, it's the same thing's gonna happen with him. He's gonna get the brain worm.
Yeah.
生まれながら過当な天文など学ぶ気か。
父上。
もう帰ってこなくていいぞ。夜空を眺めて歴史を変えられるとでも。
Wow.
一族の恥だ。
Kind of looks like Raffle. He spared no fucking expense. This looks like Dragon Reach from Skyrim, but for
こち
space.
らが教授室です。金属のアストロラーベ。こんなものが。
異教徒の知恵を借り、秘密に作らせた一点物だ。
He got given
君
that.
もキャスト一族の一人だろう。で言うと私は。
いとこ違いに当たります。
Oh, I thought Piast. For some reason, I thought Piast was like a fucking. I didn't know that was his name. I thought for some. I feel dumb. I thought that was his
Like a
title.
title?
Yeah, my bad. Fuck.
君もキャスト一族の一人だろう。血縁で言うと私は。
当たります。
ずいぶん遠いな。キャスト一族の一人だろう。血縁で言うと私は。
いとこ。
There must be somebody in history that's that or something.
天文をやりたいというだけで。
一族のはぐれ者を訪ねてくるにふさわしい理由だ。さて聞かせたまえ。君は学術発展にあたって何が重要だと思う？
無謀さです。慎重さを要する研究という分野においてこそ。大体
いいだろう。気に入った。しかし天文とはな、反対されただろう。奴ら
Kinda looks like Novak.
などつまませておけ。所詮真の貴族ではない。我々は違うぞ。使い方を分かってる。
この巨大な施設で一体何の研究を？
宇宙の完成だよ。
宇宙の完成。
宇宙は誤差がある。神が作った世界にだぞ。大衆が納得しようが、だから修正して完成させる。私が一人でだ。ここにある膨大な記録だけが閲覧できる。じき私は真理にたどり着く。時に君の優れた能力は何だ？私にどう貢献する？
私は遠目が利きます。
おうでは君の取った記録を見せ。
Seen this dynamic before.
これはよし。の金属アストロラーベをやろう。
Instantly.
そんな一つしかない特注品じゃ。
優れた道具は優れた能力の人間に使われるべきだ。だから観測を始めろ。神が君に与えた才能を出し
Damn.
思う存分天文をやれって君を否定した節穴どもに分からせてやれ。君が夜空を眺めれば歴史が変わると、一族の誇りであると。
It's so inspiring.
宇宙を完成させねば。
But now he's not the young hero, he's the obstinate old man in the way. Without even realizing that
Yeah.
he swapped positions.
He even said the biggest thing is audacity. These three definitely have the fucking audacity to roll into that room and just spout
Challenge
heresy.
his entire life, yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
I mean, come on. Like, the show is ridiculous. It's like... It's all about just... Like, it's just... It's just all about staking everything and, and now they're, like, everybody's story is about, like, gambling your life on the vague and unlikely chance that you'll make a difference. And then now what Count Piast is adding to that is that he has to let go of everything that he's done. So, like, that's another layer to it, kind of, that adds on to the whole theme of everybody's, like, a bunch of people have devoted their life, and a bunch of people are resolved to give themselves up to this pursuit, or to whatever they want to pursue, which is the same thing in this case, but as far as the message of the story, it's the whole idea is that you're giving yourself up wholly to your own ambitions. But not only that, but, like, so that's the theme of the show, and then they filter it through each person, and you see a different kind of light shine through, and when you filter it through an old man who's been the, headstrong challenger of the status quo, now finds himself at the end of the road, near failure, it is forced to, like, it has, like, a crisis of his convictions where he has to, what's the better way to be in keeping with his ideals? Is it to continue to, to honor this guy's legacy, his mentor's legacy, by continuing the pursuit as he's done it, or is it the painful choice of letting go of what you have already done and admitting that everything up till now has been wasted, or at least
But it doesn't have to be wasted if you
make good on it now. Yeah, if you change your mind, if you need to orient yourself towards the truth, and or towards whatever, in the story, it's orienting yourself towards truth is like striving towards a factual representation of the cosmos. But what you could take for that for your life is that you need to, you can't like blind yourself to willingly to the truth of what you want and what you want to achieve. It's like, and like he says at the end, it's like, don't squander the gifts that God gave you. It's like, you have a choice to pursue something meaningful to you. And what are you going to do? Are you going to just keep lying to yourself and everyone else about what that is? And you're just going to keep following along, and like, it's such a interesting and good way to kind of explore that theme and to say something important and humble, but frame it in a sort of more collectivist way. Like, there's a bunch of people that are kind of striving in different ways toward the same ideal. This like I think it's what feels kind of magical about it, even though it's, mostly pretty much like factual scientific stuff, is that, but it feels magical. It's because like there's this, and I think that's where it connects back to faith. There's like this core of undeniable reality that is just fighting to get out. And that's what it can feel like when you have like an ambition, or when you have something like a truth that you're maybe not living for yourself. Is it can feel like you're you're like there's something there that's untapped, and that is undeniable, and that has like a shape to it. It has like a texture to it of its own, and it's not something that you chose. It's not something that anyone can choose, like whether it's in you or whether it's like heliocentrism, this thing that just is true. It's like whether they believe something different, there's a true shape of the solar system, whether they want it or not. And striving for that is like it's like a pull. There's like it's pulling. I don't know. Like I'm struggling to like explain how it's making me feel, but this show is just too good, and it's saying everything in the perfect way, and it works on different levels, which is what makes a story good in the first place. Like, it works if you apply it to like the human spirit, it works. If you apply it to society, it works. If you apply it to religion, it works. If like everything is like a commentary, this whole idea of the pursuit of truth and the pursuit of true orientation with reality, with your own reality, or with an academic pursuit or whatever. Like there's just so much. The show has so much to say, and it says it in different ways every time, and it says it just as powerfully every time. And it's blowing me away every episode, the further we get in, with how well it's communicating this feeling of like yearning, you know?
I also, what I really like about this, and I'm hoping in the next episode or two, that it's like there's this old man on his deathbed, he's wanting the truth, and he hasn't gotten it for the last however long he's been, like, the last, like, 40 or 50 years.
50 years.
So what I'm hoping is, like... Sorry, no, I just let you finish, but
It's okay.
What I'm hoping is that he will take this leap of faith, because, like, his whole thing was he was talking about, like, your Icarus wasn't wrong for like taking that leap of faith. You know, it was like he was like not as prepared or whatever, and that's fine. But it's like his whole thing, like I was talking about, you have to have the audacity to go after. You have to have this and that. But it was like always this like kind of solo pursuit for his mentor, and then for him, it's like, I'm gonna be the one to prove this. And I'm hoping that he'll think about it, it's like he can still be the one to make it happen, because it's like this whole thing of like, I have this library of records at my disposal. With this, the truth is in here. And it's like, maybe that's true. I'm sure that we are going to need this library in order to do what we need to do. But you are at the point where you also need help. And it doesn't have to be just you and the library. It can be you, the library, and these three, like, young, brilliant people that are going to, like, contribute. But it's still up to you. It's still locked behind, like, it's being gatekept by you.
Yeah.
But if you let them in, then you're still the one that, like, made it possible in the end, you know? And I'm super interested. I feel like it's just a different perspective of, someone at the end of his life who has that drive and had like faith placed in him, and he had the eyesight and he had everything.
He was the hero of his own anime. We could have started instead of with Raffle, we could have started with him. Like, what's the difference? And he just would, but he was pursuing not heliocentrism. He was pursuing an improper model.
So there's only so far that he could get, because it wasn't the truth. It didn't matter how good his eyes were or how expansive his records are, if that just wasn't the truth. So I'm really interested to see. It's like he's been believing in that his whole life, but he wants the truth before he dies. So if these three people are going to present him with a different idea, if they can prove it, then like he'll get that closure, and he'll get that, you know, the what he's kind of been looking for. And I just feel like it's an interesting perspective. Yeah, someone at the end of his life who still hasn't accomplished his goals.
Yeah,
I'm just really excited. I really like the show.
Leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you next time, Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye. ORBcast, episode 9. Leave a like and subscribe. Let's go.
この世では何も見えぬか。だが死ぬ前に見なければならんものがある。
前のロンドンなかなかだったぞ。
教授、光栄です。
ここへ来てもう20年か。そろそろいいだろう。君に私の宇宙を譲ろう。
Has a sun on the key thing. Heliocentrism? Question mark. What is this?
これは
Library.
Is it
資
heretical?
料室だ。私しか入れん。
なんて量だ。
これを見てみよ
Be careful with that candle there.
Yeah.
う。私が考案し修正してきた宇宙。
精度も申し分ないし、等速円運動も達成してる。
ああ、たどり着いているのは人類の歴史上私だけだ。これが宇宙の正しい形だ。私はあらゆる可能性、選択肢の修正宇宙に一生をかけてきた。
Yeah, he's not just failing himself, he's failing his master as well.
きっとたどり着けるのは選ばれしただ一人だけ。誰にも明かすまいと誓っていた。
なぜ今私に。
その一人とは私ではなく君かもしれんからだ。研究しているといろいろ見えてくる。観測、理論、計算、発想、そのすべてにおいて今や君が勝ってへの道はあまりに狭い。だが君ならたどり着けるかもしれん。
そんな宇宙の完成なんて私にはとても。
着手しろとは言わん。興味があればいつでも言え。
天円が2つ。あれが宇宙の正しい形。そんな大仕事引き継げ。何を恐れてる。重要なのは無謀さではないか。勇気を持って挑むんだ。宇宙を完成させる。なんだ俺は。こんな見間違いするなんて私も疲れてるな。大丈夫だ。満ちてない。
Oh, did he notice a flaw?
教授、お時間よろしいでしょうか。宇宙の完成。
おお、考えてくれたか。
You're really gonna tell him?
素晴らしい日もいます。
Don't tell him.
いや、歴史を変えるものだ。しかし、やはり私には宇宙の完成など扱いきれない。
そうか。気が変わったらいつでも行ってこい。完成させる直前に行っても遅いぞ。
教授、
自分のことはわかる。行くのだ。私は分かっていたぞ。まで聞く勇気を持てなかった。5年前だったのは私の研究を疑っていたからだろう。
あれは素晴らしい。あんなに
This is
正
a
確な
good
宇宙
theory.
見たことがない。
Doesn't mean it's
そ
perfect
の通りだ。
or the
あれ
truth.
は美しい。で、理想的で、聖書にもアリストテレスにものっとってる。だったことは一度もない。だが、完成しないのだ。いくらやっても。私の能力では常に看過できない誤差が出てしまう。私は一生かかってもたどり着けなかった。いや、それならまだいい。恐ろしいのはそもそもこの仮説が前提からだ。だとしたら私は何でもだが人生は。
違う。そんなのありえない。が完成しなかったのは教授の能力が単に足りなかっただけだ。だからあの研究捧げた教授の人生も間違ってない。
いつか天国で私に聞かせてくれ。真理を。
Wow.
教
教授は
一体あとを頼む。私は研究室に
こんな時
宇宙を完成させる。
And now he's laying in the same bed with facing the same
Yeah.
problem because he wanted to be loyal to him rather than to the truth. Because he felt he had a duty to protect his legacy, even if it was wrong. Jesus.
あれから寛大な心で貴様らの歌話を提供してやった。結句を見せてやってもいい。ただし条件がある。貴様らの間違いを証明することだ。
それは
私はあるものを見た。いや見間違えた。当然そんな勘違い今はもう気にもかけていない。一度の見間違いが私の人生に疑念を生じ事実だ。だからこの機にあれは誤りだったと確証を得たい。
一体
何を見たというのです。
一だ金星だ。
It's final phase.
Its final form.
金星それが何か。
中心だから当然金星も地球の周りを回ってます。ということはもうある程度決まっていて金星は常に欠けて見えるんです。
星が満ちている場合、
It would mean the
金星は
sun.
太陽の後ろへ回り込んで照らされていなければならない。では惑星は太陽を中心にいると考えるのが自然だ。つまりこれで宇宙中心という現状の宇宙は
Can't be
退け
true
られる。
if you see Venus like
そ
that.
して逆もしかり満ちた金星が観測できんの
Then
な
that
ら
means, yeah, that
退けられる。本当に貴様らの仮説が正しいなら金星が強い今日はまさに満ちて見えるはず。ここに全てのけりをつけるのではないか。
damn.
そのためにまず視力検査だ。あの板には瞳ほどの
That's so sick that he like saw that and knew it, but just spent his entire life, even
Ignoring
though
it.
he knew that he saw it, but then he just had to. He specifically was like, "No, I can't look at that because this is gonna fuck with me forever and it's gonna ruin everything."
Yeah.
But he always remembered it and always knew it. And I bet it was like it burned into his
Nagging.
mind.
Nagging.
That's so sick. And what I also love is that his mentor on his deathbed, the last thing wasn't he said when I meet you in heaven, he didn't say tell me that I was right. He said tell me the truth. So I love that, and I love that like now he's like, okay, I'm about to die and I still don't know the truth. I need to know the truth
Before I get to heaven, yeah.
because that is the goal, not proving this fucking incorrect theory.
けりをつけようではないか。そのためにまず視力検査。瞳ほどの大きさの図形が書かれている。それが視覚か深淵か答えろ。これができれば当時の私と同程度の視力だと。
だから瞳の大きさのものなんて。
無謀だ。
さあ、
Does he have the
どちら
audacity?
が書かれ見えたか。
It should be a triangle.
いえ、どちらでもありません。書かれてるのは火がかけた半円です。
金星が出たら呼べ。
Damn.
もし今日満ちた金星が見えなかったらの中心にあって、つまり底辺に貼り付けられてるってことですよね。心配なんです。なんというか俺はそっちの方が事実な気がして。
それはご自身のこの世は苦しみが多いと思うためですか。
はい。
私もここに救いがあると思ったことはあまりない。この汚れた地下を抜け出し天国へ行くことだと教えられてきました。でもずっと疑問だったんです。この世は最低というには魅力的すぎる。自然や理性のない獣、罪深い人間、そういった日なぜか全て美しさを備えてる。これには何か理由があっていい。地球の運動なのかもしれない。大地と夜空が一つならもうこの世から輝きは簡単に消えない。
そろそろだぞ。金星が見えるのは3時間程度だ。
バデーニさん、俺が金星が満ちてるって言っても キャスト博は死んでないって可能性はあり。
ある。だがその場合でも少なくとも私
Yeah,
は信
we
じ
all
て
know.
いる。不安か？
もちろんですよ。今から俺が見るものは結果がどちらにも何かを確定させてしまうんですよね。気が重いに決まってます。それにあなたたちが普段話してることもやって俺はよくわからない。これが進行的にどうなるかはもっとわからない。そもそも俺は巻き込まれた形で世界を変えようなんて信念はない。生きたいだけだったのに、なんで今ここにいてどうしてこんなことしてるのか。ここ数日間は俺の人生で最大の謎な期間です。一番よくわからないのは、俺は今満ちた金星が見たいってことです。
では我々が君にできることはもうないな。
はい、もしよければ期待してください。
You can just stay like this,
Yeah.
actually. Oh my god.
When was the fucking telescope invented?
見えろ。満ちてろ。見えろ。
It's overcast. We're fucked.
満ちてろ。見えろ。
Pretty full.
満ちてる。不思議だ。ずっと前と同じ空を見てるのに、前からまるで違って見える。
だろうな。きっとそれが何かを知るということだ。
It's the same,
To
but it's
truly learn
forever
something.
different.
Wow.
金星は未知。
大丈夫ですか？認めんぞ。こんなこと貴様らの私を騙しているな。
You know that's not
いや
true.
よく考えれば本当に金星が本当に満ちている。それは金星が太陽を回ることであって地球が動いている証明。私の説の方が正しいのだ。
ええ、確かに。そう考えることも可能。
If you wanted to be
で
wrong,
もそうやって成立した宇宙はが作った自然か作ったこじつけか。あなたはそのどちらに見えますか？
貴様らのような若造どもには分からんのだ。人類の歴史も積み上げられた結果、こんな一瞬で否定してよいものではない。
ではもし積み重ねた研究を一瞬で否定する力があって個人の都合や信念を軽く超えてに無慈悲でそれゆえに平等なそんなものがあるとしたらそれを何と言うと思いますか？
I can think of two words.
いつか天国で私に聞かせてくれ。それは真理だ。鍵だ。すべてはここにある。
ありがとうございます。では、いただきます。
damn. It's really holding on. Oh.
鍵、この鍵の先に何年も積み重ねられていると思う。2000年だ。もし積み重ねの先に答えがないなら我々は無駄だったかもしれん。たとえ誤りでも泣きとどめたことは歴史にとって無意味ではないと願っている。
Wow.
どうですか？
驚異的だ。これで当面は研究に専念できる。シー君はここの資料を村まで運んでくれ。役者でもないのにここでサインをするわけにはいかない。そしてヨレンタさんだが選択は君に任せるがとしてはできればここで外れてほしい。研究は一人で行いたい。
わかりました。というか今の私ではこいしょし。
とはいえ今回の件は非常に助かった。のも非常に稀だが 何か一つ頼みを聞き入れよう。
では地動説を完成させてください。
ああ、約束しよう。それと、もし後日我々が君は無関係を貫け、それが君のためにも地動説のためにもな。では私は戻る。
They're gonna get sniped. They're gonna get fucking killed right now. The vault's gonna be burned to the ground by fucking Kolbe or some dumb shit like that. That now's when the tragedy happens.
Making too much
It's going way
progress.
too good. It's going way too fucking good. It's over.
一つ聞いていいですか？
はい。
文字が読めるってですか？いや、みんな平然と読んでるけど、ちょっと前までは俺の組合の先輩一人く
And
らい
now
しか。
everyone he's around can all read.
私が今から言うことを誰にも言いませんか？
はい。
教会の信徒としていけないことは分かってます。でもその表現以外で表せ
What the fuck are you about to
She says
say?
she
What is
feels
this
like
lead up?
God.
まるで奇跡ですよ。
Okay, Jesus Christ.
様が起こす奇跡とは全く別のものですよ。本当に文字がすごい。
It's so hyped
こ
up.
れが使えると時間と場所を超越できる。涙が流れることも1000年前の噂話で笑うこともあ
Time
る。
travel.
そんなの信じられますか？しようもなくこの時代に閉じ込められてる。だけど文字を読むときだけは私に向かって口を開いてくれる。その一瞬この時代から抜け出せる。思考がこの世に残ってずっと未来の誰かを動かすことだってある。そんなのまるで奇跡じゃないですか。はい、そんなに。
Holy fuck, I'm really missing out.
やっとお話できます。真理を。
Wow.
Holy shit. Why didn't anyone tell us about this when it was airing? I feel like
I
we
feel
only
like some people did.
we only
but-
well a couple times we only really heard about it like once it was ending, I feel like. Or maybe
Yeah.
it was released on Netflix, so I think it was released in batches.
Oh.
So maybe the airtime was like a lot more condensed. I don't know.
I feel like we heard about it a little bit, but only from
did.
maybe like one or two, like a couple of people.
But like this show deserves so much more hype, man. Like
I think it might have been a show that people didn't hop on right away.
yeah.
And then like it started like kind of similar to like Apothecary Diaries, where we heard about it after it had already been going on for a little while. So we waited till it was done. But wow. I'm kind of glad because I feel like waiting a week in between these episodes would it would be good to be watching it with everyone else, but like
I feel like I'm getting a lot out of it by watching it back to back,
Yeah.
honestly.
like I feel like there's some shows that I feel like one episode at a time it like lends itself really well to that. This one I feel like I like to watch at least a couple at a time. Cuz it's just so good and the themes and everything and the kind of mini arcs within the story, it just is so good. So good. I love this scene where he like sees it and he knows it and he's like, this is the same sky, but I'm just looking at it completely differently because now I know the truth. You know? So good.
It's just so, it's like this, the whole, like, it's so good.
Mm-hmm. And what, like, a sad but still satisfying end for the old man, just to be so old, and you want to know, like, but it's like, you want to know the truth, and it's like in his final moments, but he had to go through, like, all the stages of grief in, like, a matter of moments of, like, he knows that it's the truth in his heart. He, like, knew the whole time that it was a possibility, and he gets told it, and he can't believe it, but he knows it, and he has to believe it, and then, like, and he writes it in his journal of his life's work, and that's his last contribution.
Mm-hmm.
But at least he can die, even though he was wrong, and he comes to the conclusion that even though all of his research up until that point was wrong, it doesn't mean that it was a waste of time. He was still looking for something, and he was still searching, and it's still important. It's not a waste. It's not a waste. Even if it's not the truth, it's not a waste to look into something.
It's only a waste if you are stubborn and if you refuse to acknowledge the truth when it's presented to you. That's when it becomes a waste. So, because, it's not, the truth often isn't nice, you know? Sometimes it's really fucking painful, and it means, like, letting go of a lot of time and effort in something that you really cared about. You know, like, sometimes that's what the truth means. Sometimes the truth is fucking really fucked, and it sucks.
Yeah.
And, like, it's a difficult thing to accept.
Man. I feel like this show just keeps getting better and better.
Like, the euphoria that he feels and the relief. He's able to die relieved of this burden. And, you know, is able to meet his professor with truth in his heart. You know, like, that's a beautiful thing. And so, like, it shows that even with, like, 50 plus years of building calcified, obstinate, stubborn pain, if he was able to let it go and accept the truth in spite of all that, and even with all that compounding misery crashing down on him in his final day, like, it literally killed him, but but doing so was able to bring him relief. It was similar to Raffle. It's like all of this shit came crashing down on one day, and it literally killed him, but instead of dying by being burned at the stake or whatever he was. I forget if he was beheaded or if he was
burned at the stake.
Yeah, being burned at the stake or dying of old age, or he didn't actually even die. He died of, like, a broken spirit. Like,
well, I think it's also like he was holding on for dear life because he hadn't completed his goal. He didn't have the truth. He couldn't face his mentor because
he was able to let go.
He completed his task, basically.
Yeah. Like, when's, you know, we haven't watched a show like this in, like, 2 years. Like, the last show we watched, well, actually, have we watched a show like this in the last 2 years? It's been since Vinland Saga Season 2 that I think we felt like this. Maybe Free Ren came after that. That was close. That's, like, there. It's, like, almost there. I think it's about there. You know, like, it's touching a similar thing, but the depth of... You know, Free Ren has a lot broader of a net if we're going to compare it, you know? Like, but, like, this is so fucking zoned in. It honestly reminds me, and it kind of is similar, actually, in a way, to, like, Gurren Lagann. Gurren Lagann has a very similar kind of message to it. And it's why it's so, it's one of my favorites ever. It's a similar kind of, like, simple concept or simple, like, root idea. But... so it applies so vastly over the course of everything that happens, and it can be applied to real life in so many different ways. But yeah, I haven't felt this, like, connected to a show since, like, Vinland Saga Season 2 in this way, and, like, felt like it really fucking got me in my life, you know? Like, it's really, like, I feel like, yeah. this show is really something. It's something else for sure.
It's so good. And, like, the fact that it's so good, and I genuinely have no idea what's gonna happen next because of, like, the track record of the show. Like, it could all come crashing down at any minute, but that's kind of the point. And the point is that it's worth it. No matter what, like, no matter what happens, this is all worth it in the end. And the truth is gonna get out eventually. You know?
Leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.